All right, guys. Good evening. Just getting kind of situated here and watching, making sure I'm doing this correctly. See what we got going on here. Good evening. Good evening. Everything looks good on my end here. Work with me for just a second, just making sure we have everything we need here. Okay. All right, so we are clearly watching thunderstorms here from the latest radar stream here, um, and I'm trying something a little bit different tonight. Just trying to see if this is a good way to um, monitor things. So I'm getting my bearings here. Work with me for just a moment, and we'll get up and running. Um, Here in just a second. So you can see we've got thunderstorms moving in. We'll time them out here and kind of get the latest on what we're thinking. Um, let's see. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, we've got 600 and some people on here, just making sure the stream's working and making sure I am heard. So if you guys can hear me, toss me a like or a heart there, and just so I know that everything's working out. So let's see if I can get to the latest comments. Perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is latest radar here, and again, you can see what we're kind of working with this evening is a cluster of thunderstorms moving in from the west. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch that has been hoisted here for much of the state. That's going to go really until about 11 p.m. Okay, and again, you can see it's for this thunderstorm activity back out here to the west. It's maintaining its ability to produce, at least severe thunderstorm warnings right now. The heaviest of these thunderstorms have been associated across southwestern Indiana, right? Here over at least the last hour or so. We'll get a different view down here. Again, you can see a little bit more organization down here to the south and west. And that's not a bad thing if you don't want a ton of severe weather up across central Indiana. Irregardless, there's still the potential that as these storms move across the area, that they can and will become strong to potentially severe. Okay, so continue watching while you browse Facebook. Let's see, let's do this. Oh, look at this. Okay, so I'm just trying to, let's see, yep, don't want that. I'm going to get you guys an update going here just a second. I apologize again. Like I said, I'm trying to. There we go. Okay, I think I got up on the screen. How's the screen quality in terms of like the clarity of the stream? Is it is the image clear? Like, can you see the image nice and clear? I can see the comments up on my screen up here. So just curious on making sure the stream is clear and you have you can see everything. So yeah, this is for tonight. All right, perfect. Looking good. Jacob says looking good. Appreciate that. Jennifer, thank you guys. Awesome. Okay, so the first thing we always want to do in situations like this is we want to look at kind of our mesoanalysis. All right, and what that is that's essentially our what are we dealing with energy wise here as this moves in. I want to look at a couple of things and point your attention to, first and foremost, I'll zoom in. You can kind of see where we have this red line with the 3000 here. This is CAPE. This is convective available potential energy. So this is energy that essentially is available for the thunderstorms to tap into. Okay, so as these kind of move eastward, they are actually coming into a little bit better energy. Um, and I think that they can probably continue to organize a little bit. I'm looking at a few parameters here just to kind of get my bearings, and I want to see kind of what I'm dealing with before I give you guys an update here as these move in. So just bear with me, seeing what we got here. Propagation. Yeah, I mean, these are going to steer right up into here. Okay. Okay, so I mean, I think that as these thunderstorms work in, I don't really see an issue with them, um, you know, weakening too much. If anything, let's look at our lapse rates, our low level lapse rates. Sun's going down, lifted index is pretty good, so plenty of lift. See how we have this -5, -6, -7 area here. Those thunderstorms kind of continue to advect into these areas. So I've seen enough. I've seen enough. What I want to do now is kind of help you all, give you all a timing update on this. For that, I'm going to go to just MRMS radar, kind of a regional take here on radar right now. We'll get you a view, a loop on this, so you can kind of see where all this activity is coming from, where it's going. And again, this is a look here as you see the thunderstorm activity across south central Illinois, working its way into southern and central Indiana. All right, and kind of what we're thinking is this is making its way eastward around 45 miles per hour or so. So that kind of gives me at least a generalized idea on how to map this out for you. Here's the issue I'm running into. We kind of have some stuff out ahead, and then we have kind of this stuff out behind. So there's kind of two waves. There's kind of this, and then the main wave or swath, if you will. And so far, the severe warnings have been produced here across the Indiana-Illinois state line. But there's more back out here that will offer up a lot of lightning, a lot of wind and thunder and that type of thing. So let me do this. Let me time this out for you on in terms of just the front leading edge of this, okay? Just so you can get an idea of where this is going. I'm going to loop it one more time. And again, for those of you who have, for those of you that have events going on tonight, fireworks, concert, we've got some weather moving in. We've got some weather moving in. It's certainly going to impact it for fireworks. It's going to be kind of right about that time. So what we need to do is just get a generalized idea of when that might be. So let's look at this. I'm going to try to time this out here. Okay. Let me come up here a little bit. Oops, not that one. Oh, we don't get sound. All right, so this is a look here at the timing, okay? Go back to my screen. I'll pull this over here so you guys can kind of see. Again, I'll get a little bit more streamlined here as I get my bearings together. New severe thunderstorm warning just issued for all of Evansville, by the way. 60 mile per hour wind, 3/4 inch hail. That warning is going to go for 42 minutes. So far southwestern Indiana, new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for you guys down there. But listen, let's get some times here. All right, let's get some times. Bloomfield, 7:53. Okay. Bloomington, 8:25. Trafalgar, 8:59. Fairland, 9:25. Greenwood, Whiteland, 9:10. That's if we're still getting a 45 mile per hour movement. I want to make sure that I have the correct movement on this and make sure that I'm timing this out correctly still. I've got a whole team of meteorologists here that are working right now at the office, and I can message them and say, hey, I want to make sure we're getting what we need here. So check my bearings here on that. Once these storms get closer, this will be a little bit more. No, there's this new severe thunderstorm warning. Okay. So we're starting to kind of get some organization together here. 45 miles per hour. That's a good guess on it for now. So I'll go over here and kind of zoom in. Let me click over here a little bit. We'll zoom in the new severe thunderstorm warning so you can see this, and then we've got the cities out ahead of it. The severe thunderstorm warning is for 70 mile per hour winds. It's going to go for the next 41 minutes for 3/4 inch hail. It is going to be for southern Sullivan County, Knox County, southwestern Greene County, western Davies County, in southwestern Indiana. It's going to go till 8 o'clock. It's moving northeast at about 50 miles per hour. What I'll do is I'll get you a new storm timer on this, just so you guys got a better idea. And I'll stretch it out here all the way about right here. We'll call it 50 miles per hour, just to get a good idea of where this thunderstorm is going. And again, out ahead of it, Plainville, Switz City, okay, Bloomington area, Ellettsville, 820, Bloomington, down near Lake Monroe. Let's call it 820. All right, eastern side of Lake Monroe, 827 near Night Ridge. Getting into northwestern portions of Bartholomew County, we're looking at 840. Up near Columbus area, 9 o'clock. Franklin area, Whiteland area, 9 o'clock. All right, so again, if we kind of look at this, we're looking at a general impact in here on the northern and eastern side of this around probably 9 p.m., okay? When I say northern and eastern side of the track, I mean this is the track of where it's going. Around 9 p.m. here, and then probably right here, you're looking at about 8:20. And again, this thunderstorm is warned right now for at least a potential of 70 mile per hour wind, okay? So I know a lot of folks are still without power in western Indiana. And so I kind of want to talk about that real quick. What I'm going to do is clear this out. All right. If you guys get a new warning, you'll see it flash up on the screen and we'll talk about it. But what I want to do is clear this out. I want to go over here towards southern Terre Haute, southern Vigo County here, the Sullivan area, and kind of take a look at this because this is a strong looking thunderstorm as well. And I think that this will they'll probably expand the warning out ahead of this. Let's get a general loop on this, on the direction that it's moving, just so I can get an idea here and update you on that one. Let's go ahead and loop it. Come on now, play for me. It doesn't want to play for me, does it? I may have to quit out real quick. Let's do this and open it back up. Sometimes that software can be a little glitchy. We'll get it open back up here. Okay. There we go. So we're going to watch that storm in motion here. You can kind of see too what's happening is it's that front cell is very slow. It's almost like it's getting caught on a boundary and it's exploding in coverage. Watch the last few frames of how it dramatically strengthens there near Sullivan. It's growing immensely. I wouldn't be shocked to see that warning expand out ahead of it, but it's moving so slow, it's going to be difficult to time that particular portion of this out. But I wouldn't be shocked to see a new warning out in here somewhere, possibly something like this over the next 15 minutes or so. It's interesting because there's a boundary up here that's trying to come alive up here across north central Indiana. And possibly help the development of these as this line moves in and it kind of clings to or interacts with this boundary. It will probably strengthen in terms of, or kind of grow in terms of coverage if you will. And it's already we're already kind of seeing that. I'm gonna be interested to see how it interacts with that boundary as we go forward here. So let me get my bearings here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just keeping my channel open here. Again, for those of you just joining, I think it's important to say what we're looking at in terms of timing. So listen, about right here and then right here, we're going to call this 1 hour, 2 hours. That's about the most bulky, biggest custom forecast I can give you as this is moving east-northeast across the area. So that's 1 hour where that black line is, and then 2 hours for the second black line. So like I see your question there, Christopher, in Danville, you're looking at an arrival probably about 8:40-ish or so. As it continues to move off to the east and northeast. So let's see. Yeah. I'm kind of interested to see. I really am interested to see what's going to happen as this part of the storm interacts here, because there is somewhat of a looks like some type of boundary here. In fact, what I'd like to do is head on over to visible satellite. I'd like to see if we can see the boundary in action. I want to see if we can spot it together, because that might be interesting. We'll go to localized sectors, and we will zoom in and turn on some mapping here. This just kind of helps me with what I'm doing here. Yeah, so if you look, there's a boundary right in here. There's something in here that might cause some locally enhanced development just north of Interstate 70. It's kind of tough to tell, but I do believe there is something there. Another way we could look at this is by possibly looking at the latest surface analysis too, to see if there's any indication of a boundary. This is the warm front lifting north, but yeah, see, it was there a couple hours ago. You see that right there? There's something in here that might cause some locally enhanced. The live video is ending. Okay. Fine. It's interesting. Did it end? Am I still on? I don't know. Are we still live? I guess I don't know. Yeah, we're still live. I don't know. Screen told me it ended. Like I said, I'm kind of playing around with this. That was weird. So my apologies. Yeah, we're still live. Okay. Yeah. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Anyways, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to kind of continue to watch this, and I'm going to watch to see what these warnings, what these thunderstorms are going to do as they approach more into central Indiana. I'm going to watch this over the next 30 minutes or so and come back on. Okay, let's look for me to come back on between 7:45 and 8 p.m. I don't want to be on here just rambling about nothing. These are thunderstorms with gusty winds, but I don't want to be wasting everyone's time just sitting around, rambling when it's not necessary. Okay, so I'll come back on here probably about 7:45, 8 o'clock, and update you all as we kind of see this progress. Again, just in general, just so you guys know, generalized locations. Here, roughly in this area, about an hour, and right in through here, about 2 hours. So 1 hour out, 2 hours out, general placement, general idea of timing as this moves east. So I'm going to watch this behavior over the next 15, 20 minutes, and I will be back with updates as we get a little bit closer to this event.